If you live in an area where there are forest fires, you probably have a situation similar to this, or maybe you smell smoke in the air, maybe you see smoke in the distance, or maybe you even just see a forest fire on TV and you want to get more information. You look online and the information is scattered all over the place. That's where Watch Duty comes in. You can access it on the web or by downloading an app for Android or iOS. It's actually a nonprofit, and in a nutshell, what this does is it consolidates all the information available about a fire and puts it into one package for you, so you can go to one place and see exactly what's going on with a fire. And it's not AI or some bot that's doing it. It's actual human beings who are monitoring all the different sources, whether it be online or scanners or satellite imagery, official sources, and they're vetting it, consolidating it, and putting it into one package so you can just click on a fire and get all the up-to-date information there. And I'm going to show you what exactly it is in a second. But it's important to know that this is only available right now in the Western states, in the United States. Maybe it'll be available in more places, but this is where a lot of the fires happen, so it makes sense. So here's the main web interface, and you can see by the icons, you can get an idea of what it means. You don't really need a key or a legend, but if you do, there's one up here, and it tells you the containment levels based on the icons, or whether it's a prescribed fire. And then down here, if we go into an individual fire, and you just click on that fire, it gives you all of the information curated and put together by human beings about the fire. Here are evacuation orders, and it even has these evacuation order areas right here. You could see them in there. If you go in here, you could see it lays out where those places are. So if you think you might be in them, it's all tied together, and you can click on the fire as well to get an outline of what the fire is. Evacuation warning, notes. Worth mentioning too, I mentioned this was a nonprofit. You can use this for free. If you want to support them, you can donate, or you can just get a membership, which gets you some extra features. And if you're a professional land manager or firefighter, you can get a more hardcore subscription there as well. But what I'm showing you right here is all free. Now, underneath the fire here, we'll go back over here. You could see there is a timeline of updates, just like you would see on social media. This is curated by a staff reporter. Here they have information from Caltrans, which is the road, the highway department here in California. And if you go through, there are all different updates here. Here is a user submitted photo. You can go into the app and take a photo and report on the fire as well. And if we go into a different fire, unfortunately I have a lot of fires to choose from here. You could see there are incorporated tweets and other social media posts where you can actually watch the information there. So it's all together in one place, curated by a human being. So very cool. Let's go back to the line fire for a second. Now on the line fire, I mentioned there were evacuation orders. If you want to know where to go, you can click on shelters, and it tells you where the shelters are. And if I zoom out on here, the shelters are also on the map. There's the shelter. So it's really neat. You can get directions, you can share it, and then you can just X out and go back to where you were before. And there's also the official information from the fire if you need to call or do anything else, animal shelters, it's all right there. This is amazing. And there's even more. You can go into layers over here and you can change the map layer to be satellite or topographic. You can go into here and get historical fire perimeters to see where fires were in the past. You can go to the satellite hotspots and you can get real live heat information and heat imprints from a satellite. And this is telling you the direction that the fire is moving in. This is the hottest area over here. You can also get live wildfire cameras. This is amazing. Look at this. So here we are, and now all these blue dots are cameras. So if I click on this one, here it is. It's got soot from the fire on it, and there are two cameras. That's the wrong one. Here's the right one. You can see we're looking at the fire, and there it is. This is from Keller Peak, a fire tower up by Big Bear. We can go into weather. There's red flag warnings. These are wind warnings. And then we also have the surface wind direction. So this is going to tell us which way the wind is blowing. So you can see the wind is blowing this back this way, which is, I think, a good thing for the fire. And then we also have the air quality index that gives us the air quality. Obviously, it's very poor in these areas here that are around the fire. So that's Watch Duty. And if you get the Pro account, you can also see where planes are flying. If you want to check the flights on your own without a paid subscription, you can go to a website called Flight Radar 24. They also have an app. Go to the fire area, and then you can click on an airplane and you can get its flight path. These are planes coming in. Here's the fire, another fire. You can see it's doing circles around the fire. So that's available for free in other places, but for $25, you can support their mission and get that on here as well. And if you go on the mobile app, you can actually get an alert for the county you're in, and it'll push you an alert if there's a fire in that county. And you can also subscribe to updates for an individual fire and push you alerts when something new comes up about the fire. So that's Watch Duty. What do you think? Leave me a comment, spam the comments if you like this. It'll help this video get found by other people, and hopefully other people can get this app, because I think it is spectacular, and everyone, especially if you're in a state with wildfires, should have this. Now, I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I'm just a user, but I want to help support them because I think this will help keep people safe. I think it'll potentially save lives as well. And kudos, Watch Duty team, because this is pretty awesome.